Thank you so much, Dr. Shaji. I must appreciate your patience, your determination, and your dedication towards homeopathy. I really love this and I like this platform. I will be here again and again with every time a new concept. But today we are talking about OCD. I know Ramadan is going on, so everybody must be busy during this Ramadan session. But still, show must go on, so we cannot stop. So, friends, this is our this is my introduction. Already, Dr. Shaji sir has given it to you, and today I will be talking about OCD. But see, you know my sessions. I never talk alone. You have to be there with me. So let us talk today about this OCD. Okay? And not just OCD, but we will talk about hypochondriasis. My basic motto to talk today is about how we open the layers of mental effects or mental layers of the human being. Because whenever we treat a person, we just do not treat a physical body. We treat the person as a whole. And the person is made up of mind, body, soul, emotions, everything, everything. So a homeopath never look the patient as a patient. A homeopath always look the patient that it is something, a personality, something, a immunity, which I am going to treat. So let me talk today about OCD. See, it is a mental health and psychology disorder, and it is the most commonest disorder in psychiatry which we get in our day to day practice. I'm having lot of patients suffering from schizophrenia, depression, and sometimes bipolar depression. We have many manias in our pathy and in our day to day practice. But OCD is something different. And why I want to highlight OCD today? Because it is not just one disorder. Sometimes or all the time, OCD is again a part of some other major psychiatric behavioral disorders like autism. So we must have the complete knowledge of OCD and how to deal it with homeopathy, right? So today we will talk about OCD, common OCDs which we get in our practice with its rubrics and video clips. Then in the end, I will throw some light regarding hypochondriasis and its rubric. So first of all, what is OCD? You see, sometimes what happens, anxious thoughts coming out from brain or mind and pollute the conscious against your will. See, the patient who are in OCD, whatever they are doing, they are not doing it intentionally. It happens. Sometimes it happens against the will. Like I have many patients, they come and told me, doctor, you see, my husband, my children, they keep on shouting me, how much fastidious you are. You want everything in a proper direction. You want everything at its proper place, neat, clean. We are fed up of you. And you see, doctor, I try to change myself. I try not to poke my nose behind my maid, but I cannot control it somehow. I want to control it, but I cannot control it. When I sit, I get an impulse that I should go and clean this furniture. So, this is the OCD. These are the anxious thoughts which are coming out of your brain against your will. Now, anybody of you can please tell me the definition of obsession? Yes, please. Either you can type in the chat or you can unmute yourself. What is obsession? See, we are homeopaths and we are dealing such patients in our day to day practice. You must be knowing about it, isn't it? At least put some efforts. When we try, we learn. Nobody knows the definition of obsession. It's a simple English word.
Doctor, we have disabled our chat box because some purposeful, wrong intentional chat messages are placed by some
Okay.
unidentified people. So we
Mhm.
disabled our chat box. So everybody
Okay.
may not be able to put messages in the chat box.
Okay, but at least they can unmute themselves.
We have muted them also because sometimes sound problems come because for comfortable convey and to avoid sound problems, we muted everybody and only moderator and the speaker will be unmuted.
Okay. So
Sir,
this
I can enable the chat box for today's session, and we will
Okay,
see
please.
yes,
what is
please
the
Please
response.
enable.
enable.
Yeah.
Because see,
Okay.
I
Yes,
don't
yes,
like
yes.
the dead sessions. Like I'm
Okay.
talking. I love interactive sessions.
Okay, okay, no problem. Yeah,
Please.
because there are some wrong messages coming. That's
Yes,
why
yes,
we
I do
noticed it. That's
understand,
why
sir.
we
Yes,
disabled
sir.
Yes,
that.
yes. For the information of all, I have enabled the chat box. So please try to use the function in a
Okay.
proper way. So, ma'am,
Thank you.
this was actually a meeting
Mm-hmm.
which usually attended by a lot of people. So for the security reason, we had done this thing.
Okay. Thank you. But for
Now
today's,
everybody can
yes,
use the.
yeah, thank you so much. And
Yeah, yeah, yes.
I just request all the
We'll see the
participants.
response today.
Yeah, and
Yes, yes.
see, I request all the participants. We all are learned homeopaths here, so please don't put anything wrong in the chat box, isn't it? Please maintain your standard and our standard also. So I'm getting answer. Preoccupation of ideas, very good. Have to do it. Shruti, yes. Oh, hi Mehta. Doing the same thing repeatedly, although unnecessary. Okay. Mhm. And somebody, Rujuta wrote, compulsive, irrational preoccupation of mind in fixed ideas. Compulsive over concern for something. Okay. If obsession is this, then what is this compulsion and what is distress? Can we simplify it? You all tried to write it. Yes, your answers are really good. Do not want to do but does. I already told Shruti about this that it is the definition of OCD, my dear. But my question is that what is the difference between obsession, distress, and compulsion? See, if we understand the difference, then only it is possible for us to select proper rubrics and to give the proper remedies. Compulsion is forcing something. Thank you, Dr. Usman. Okay, now let me tell you in very simple language. See, what is obsession? It is a thought, an imagination, an impulse coming from brain against your will. It is on mind level but not in behavior. It is just a thought. And what is distress? You feel like the thought must be significant. It bother you unknowingly. All the time the thought is hampering your brain. I am here and see you are bothering with this thought. Like you are haunted with some unpleasant thoughts. And what is compulsion? Compulsion is the manifestation of thoughts or manifestation of obsession and now with behavior to reduce the distress. It is the further stage of obsession. And you see, OCD includes unwanted or upsetting doubts. So, obsession is at mental level, at your thought process level. You are just thinking, I want to clean this, I want to clean this, but you are not doing it. But compulsion is what? Just get up and do it. If you are getting the thought, if you are getting the impulse of doing something, and if you are doing that, then it is compulsion. So, try to understand the base of OCD. First obsession, then compulsion. Clear? Okay. Now moving forward, it may begin at age of 18 to 22 years. What causes OCD? Usually, any type of disorder, not only OCD, but which type, every disorder, see, we have definite causes behind it. So, can you explain these causes? I have written few words here in my slide as per the clue. If you can elaborate it, I will be happy. What causes OCD? Like we know about family history, that's true. Okay. Smitha wrote vaccine injury. Okay. Somebody else? You all can put your views here. See, we enabled chat just for you, not for me. There are many reasons behind the OCD. Either it can be a family history. Okay, I think we have answers. Toxin, correct. Smita, you are writing the same thing, vaccine injury or toxin. Priyanka wrote depression. Depression to whom, Priyanka? If suppose I am the patient of OCD, so is it possible that only depression has landed me in OCD? Is it my depression or it should be the depression from my ancestor, which I might have got in genetics? Family pressure. Yes, Saida. Good to see you here. Okay. Now let me explain. First is family history can be the cause behind OCD. Obviously, we know that psychiatric disorder runs in the family. Second is biological causes. You see, problems with the transmission of certain brain chemicals such as serotonin and norepinephrine, we have this neurotransmitter, could contribute to OCD. Then there are some environmental reasons. It is possible that trauma, abuse, or other stressful events can play a part in the development of OCD and other mental health conditions. So, all these things can contribute in your OCD. Okay. Now, types of OCD, or we can call it as few compulsory symptoms of OCD according to DCM-5. First is checking. Second is symmetry and ordering. Contamination, maybe mental contamination. Then rumination or intrusive thoughts. And in the last, we have hoarding. So what is checking exactly? When patient does checking, see, everybody is not that much free to check everything twice or thrice in a day. Which patient usually prefer to check the things? Which patient are usually prone to check the things? Mentally insecure, good answer, Shruti. Underconfident, again good answer, Rutuja. Suspicious is the correct answer, Priyanka. This is the word which I wanted to listen, suspicious along with lack of confidence. Okay. So you see checking, and for this we have the rubric in our repertory. Mind, checking, twice or more, must check. This is OCD. Patient is under the compulsion that he must check it twice or thrice. And for that, we have few remedies in our repertory under this rubric. Argentum nitricum is there, bromium, carcinosin, causticum, iodum. Then we have calisulf, nitramur, podophyllum, spongia, syphilinum, and tuberculinum. And I left one remedy that you have to answer me. Which remedy should be there under this rubric? Which is missing here? A very important remedy of Mater Medica. Arsenic is the correct answer. Yes, it is arsenic album. Then we have the other rubric, mind checking, verifying if the doors are locked. And for that, we have our sure shot remedy, Cephalinum. Cephalinum covers 90% of OCDs which we get in our practice. Because behind OCD, the best working miasm, dominant miasm is syphilitic. Then irresolution. It is again a rubric which we can use in OCD, but when will you use it? Use it when patient says, did I lock the door? When patient is not enough confident about himself that yes, I'm sure I locked the door. No, he knows that he locked the door, but still the patient keeps on asking himself, oh, did I lock the door or not? In such condition, there are few rubrics which we can consider, like mind irresolution acts in, mind irresolution in choosing things. We have the remedy, symphytum and carcinosin for that. Then there is a rubric, mind irresolution about big life choices. And this remedy, you have to tell me. Take your time, you can answer at the end of the session for this question. Then we have the other rubric, irresolution in shopping. You see, various times what happens, patient tells you, doctor, I go for shopping, I purchase some particular t-shirt or jeans or some dress, and when I pack it, and while coming out from the mall, I suddenly saw Melaquin was wearing beautiful dress. So I thought that this one is better. Mine is not good. Then I went inside and I replaced this dress. But when I reached at home, I thought, did I make a mistake? I think the first one was better. So if you get such type of patient, please think about the remedy ozone. It will definitely help you. And the next time the patient will save his time while shopping. Then we have this symmetry and ordering, the other symptom. An extreme need for symmetry or organization in items. Feeling incomplete when items aren't exact. See, they have this mental restlessness until they do not keep the things at their proper places. A compulsion to arrange your belongings or other items until they feel just right. See, before and after. They always love to keep the things in an organized way. So for that, we have the rubric mind, desire for order. And for that, we have medicines, asteria, calisulf, lacphalinum, and vanilla. One remedy is again missing here. What could it be? Yes, please. Arsenic, correct. Carcinosin, okay. Anybody else? Oh, I'm sorry. Naxomika. Arsenic is the correct answer. Yes, this remedy is again arsenic. Then we have one more rubric, which is very important. Mind rest cannot rest when things are not in the proper place. And for that also, the missing remedy is arsenic. Anacardium, we have carcinosin, calisulf. You see, all the cali group, actually it belongs to the syphilitic miasm. And all the cali patients are very much perfect in their behavior. But calisulf has this syphilitic tendency little more. And that's why it is listed under this rubric, mind, order, desire for, and the other rubric also. Then lag group also. Like in the upper rubric, we can see here, I listed lacphalinum, and in the below rubric, I listed lac equinum. So lag group is again under this desire for order. Now, can anybody of you please tell me why lack is under this particular rubric? Why there is desire to be organized in lack patients? I'm waiting for the answer. Okay. Uh, my question was not sepia. Okay. Priyanka is saying comparison. Somebody said for appreciation. Okay. Good efforts. Try a little bit because of fastidiousness and impatient. Yes, Dr. Usman. From milk of mothers. From milk of mothers. Can you elaborate it, Shruti? You see, lack always, if you see in the history of lack patient, they are always under long parental domination, like carcinosin. And since their childhood, they have been taught to keep everything at the proper place. And that's why they have this, they are under this rubric, mind desire for order. See, just don't listen the rubrics or just don't read the remedies. Think why these remedies are here. In Matra Medica, we have now 5,000 remedies. Then why only 8 or 10 remedies are listed under one rubric? Why? Always you should ask a why to yourself. Okay? Now next is contamination, mental contamination. Persistent worry about germs or sickness, thoughts about feeling dirty or unclean, physically or mentally. Compulsions to wash or clean contaminated items. Specific cleaning or washing rituals, such as washing your hands or scrubbing a surface a certain number of times. See, we know that washing hands or doing wuzu before offering namaz is a part of ritual. So it cannot be considered as OCD. But a patient, when doing it without any particular work or without, if it is not needed, still washing the hand again and again, then it is considered as the OCD. So tell me one or two remedies where the patient has great fear of contamination. Like right now we are in COVID crisis. You all know that. And various patients are there. They have lot of fear of contamination. They do not touch anything. You see, when they walk in the garden, they want to come for the morning walk. But when they walk in the garden, they walk like this. So that they should not touch to the trees. They should not touch to other person. One remedy is syphilinum and the other one is no viva. Mm, no. There is a great remedy, a very good and important remedy of Matra Medica, without which Matra Medica cannot stand. This polychrist remedy has the great fear of contamination. This is the king of Sora, sulfur. Sulfur has this tendency. Like syphilinum, sulfur are also too much under the fear of contamination. Now, just enjoy this small video. It's my online patients video.
Coming to the point of OCD and phobia. अभी जैसे मैं आपको एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि लाइक वॉशरूम्स होते हैं ऑफिस के. आई एम वर्किंग इन आईटी इंडस्ट्री. सो लाइक आईटी इंडस्ट्री में करती हूँ तो लाइक इंडस्ट्रीज आर रियली वेरी गुड एंड इतने अच्छे से मेंटेन्ड होते हैं. बट इवन आफ्टर दैट कि अगर वॉशरूम में थोड़ा भी कहीं पे हल्का सा कुछ लीकेज हो या कभी लाइट, कभी तो हो जाता है कि एक आध बार लाइट ऑफ होती है. स्टिल लाइक मैं क्या करती हूँ, या फिर ऐसे होता है कि मुझे जैसे मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चेंज करनी है तो मेरा फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस रहता है कि दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन शुड बी इन एक्सट्रीमली क्लीन एंड टाइडी मैनर और वहाँ का एनवायरनमेंट जो है वो सब मुझे कंफर्टेबल हो. लाइक जो अपना घर का वॉशरूम होता है वो तो अपन इतना अच्छे से नीट क्लीन रखते हैं, तो एट द सेम टाइम जो पब्लिक का होता है वो उस हिसाब से तो नहीं होता ना, मतलब नॉट ऑलवेज, कुछ जगह पे होता भी है, कुछ जगह पे नहीं भी होता। और कैसे होता है कि हम अपना घर, अपना वॉशरूम सब कुछ बहुत नीट क्लीन रखते हैं और हम खुद ही यूज करते हैं, तो मुझे उसमें कुछ नहीं लगता। बट जब हम बाहर जाते हैं तो ऑलवेज अप टू अवर सेटिस्फेक्शन वो नहीं रहता, कभी रहता भी है, कभी नहीं भी रहता। तो फिर वो मुझे टेंशन हो जाती है कि पता नहीं, या फिर कभी तो कहीं तो कुछ लीकेज होती है, तो मुझे उससे डर लगता है कि अरे यार ये पानी का ड्रॉप लीक हो रहा है, हल्का सा भी लीक हो रहा है, तो आई डोंट यूज दैट वॉशरूम। मतलब बाहर का बोल रही हूँ कि मैं पब्लिक टॉयलेट क्रॉस करके आई हूँ, मतलब आई एम नॉट, मैं अब जब आपको बता रही हूँ, मैं अंदर तो हिम्मत ही नहीं कर सकती जाने की, मुझे इतना डर लगता है पब्लिक टॉयलेट का, बट मैं अगर साइड से भी गुजरी हूँ फिर भी, मैंने बात करने के बाद भी मुझे ऐसे लगता है। हाँ, तो फिर मैं क्या करती हूँ, कभी कभी, नॉट ऑलवेज, कभी कभी क्या करती हूँ, फिर मैं वो हैंड बैग जो अपना होता है ना बैग, वो वॉश करती हूँ, फिर अंदर का टिफिन वाटर बोतल वॉश करती हूँ, मतलब जो जो चीज मैं वॉश कर सकती हूँ वो करती हूँ। फिर बाद में मैं थोड़ा सा मतलब खुद भी नहा लेती हूँ।
You see this patient, if she passes beside the public toilet, she is from Mumbai, and you know Mumbai is the metro city. So we have lot of dirt and public toilets everywhere in Mumbai. It's a metro. But when she passes beside the public toilet, she just go to home, she clean her tiffin, bottle, bag, and then she herself takes bath. So this is a good example of OCD. And what other OCD you observed in this video? What is the other OCD we saw in this video? Apart from this fear of contamination, washing bottle and purse, I already told Shruti. My question is that apart from that, see, always don't go behind what is written or what is told. Go with what you can observe. Fear, I told my dear, repeating is also good, Smita. What else? My dear friends, loquacity is again an OCD. Did you not observe she was talking breathlessly? Yes, fast talking. Yes, but not fast talking. It is loquacity. So loquacity is again an OCD. This patient consulted me by 28th July, and we did this Zoom meeting by almost 29th July. And later on, I asked her by 14th September, how are you? She said, I'm fine. And she wrote me that aggravation completely stopped after 3 weeks of the first month medicine only. Then by 17th September, she wrote me that aggravation completely stopped in second month medicine and total 5 to 10% illness recovery overall. See, if your medicine is correct, you are definitely going to get results very soon, very fast. You know what? All syphilitic remedy types have an obsessional tendency. The most commonly seen is the fastidiousness of arsenic, and the most well known mental feature of syphilinum is usually the compulsion to wash. There is usually a sense of contamination and a fear of germs, and this drives the person to wash her hands tens or even hundreds of times a day. Contaminated and cannot relax until she has washed her hands. Given the origin of the nosode, it seems somehow fitting that syphilinum individuals often have a fear of contamination because ultimately we prepare syphilinum from the contaminated discharge material. So again we can see how beautifully doctrine of signature proves itself correct at every case if you study it thoroughly. Common obsession of syphilinum is a tendency to collect things and then place them in an orderly arrangement. Most of the syphilinum people have a fine appreciation for beauty and also a tendency to collect things. Now coming to the other symptom like rumination or intrusive thoughts. intrusive thoughts may be violent or disturbing. They seem to become stuck in your mind. They can cause distress since the nature of the thought might be upsetting. You see, they can also be about behaviors you find unacceptable and abhorrent. They are upsetting. They may be thoughts of sexual nature, including lot of fantasies. See, patient is not going to tell you that, doctor, I have the sexual fantasy. You need to dig your patient and you will get the answer and remedy in his behavior. Now, which rubrics will you consider for such conditions? Now, please put your efforts, because when I ask remedy, you can immediately search in your repertory, in your phone book, somewhere. But it is difficult to search the rubrics. So now I am here with my question: which rubric will you take for such condition? Rumination. Smita, her remedy was cifilinum, not sulfur venom. It was cifilinum tenium in aqua doses. Now write the rubrics. Any idea regarding these rubrics? When patient has the above thoughts, which I just explained you, intrusive thoughts. I knew that nobody will answer about the. Okay, I think I have one answer. Good. 3 answers. Compulsive disorder, washing desire to wash. Good effort, Abhijit. Mind occupied. Yes, Shruti. Thoughts persistent is the correct answer, Hilary. And see, we can consider 3-4 rubrics for such condition. And these rubrics are: mind, thoughts persistent first, mind, thoughts persistent sexual desires about, then mind, thoughts tormenting, and mind, thoughts tormenting sexual. Because you see, ultimately the intrusive thoughts are related with the sexual fantasies. So if you know the particular answer or particular definition of a single word, it will help you in correct rubric selection. And selection of correct rubric ultimately land you with a set of most perfect remedies. If your rubric selection is wrong, your remedies will be wrong, and ultimately the outcome will be wrong. Now, next is hoarding, a compulsion to buy multiple of the same item, even when you don't need that many. Feeling incomplete if you can't find a possession or accidentally lost or threw it away. A compulsion to check or review your possession. You see, I had a patient few years back. She told me once that, doctor, whenever I feel insecure or whenever I have fight with my husband, I immediately go to my bank and I open my locker and I check my jewelry. And then I feel that, oh God, thank God my future is secure. I have this much of jewelry. So this is again a type of compulsion, because who goes to check the jewelry just for the security of future all the time? But this patient is doing this. It means ultimately somewhere some compulsion is working behind it. It is a hoarding. Now, few common OCDs which we get in practice. Can you tell me which type of OCDs we get in our practice? It's very simple question. Answer fast. Washing hands, correct answer, Anita. For this question, fear of germs, I'm asking checking, yes. Cleaning rooms, you see, you all are answering the same thing. Checking locks, checking rooms. which I already told you and I showed it in your PPTs. Tell me something which I didn't show you right now, till now. Keeping things in order, already we discussed it. I am asking that particular OCDs, common OCDs which we get in our practice. Any idea regarding that? Saida and Mehtab, I am expecting answers from both of you also. Okay, I will answer. Aggression, violence, religious obsession, cleanliness mania, suspiciousness, checking the things frequently, and along with that, loquacity is again the common OCD which we get in our practice. Understand? I think now I have some answers. Hearing a voice that tells you to do something over and again over is not OCD, Seda. It is delusion. It can be hallucination, but it is not OCD, my dear. So I explained few OCDs to you, like aggression and violence. And these are the modern era OCDs nowadays. WhatsApp, Facebook, computer games, and more are our modern era OCDs. Now, can you please tell me, do we have any rubrics for this modern era OCD in our repertory? And if yes, do we have the medicine for that? Checking on loved ones is jealousy. Yes, it is again a OCD. You see, Mathematical and repertory is such rich in the rubrics that for this modern era WhatsApp and digitalization OCD, we have few rubrics in our repertory. One rubric is mind, love for computer. Mind, desire to play Nintendo. It's a name of computer game. Mind, desire to play Scrabble. And if you put all these 2-3 rubrics together, then you will get 2 or 3 remedies, which I remember. One is sulfur, one is silicia, and one is bufurana. Bufurana, yes, it is a very good psychiatric remedy. See, I never knew that bufurana works amazingly in psychiatric disorder. When I started using this remedy, then I realized its value. Useful rubrics in OCD. Now let us discuss few other rubrics. Like we have monomania. It listed 46 medicines in synthesis repertory. Few cross references given like autism, insanity should not be considered while dealing with OCD. Then we have other rubric like forgotten, feels constantly, he has forgotten something, want of self-confidence, there is fear of impending disease. Then few more rubrics which we can consider can be fastidious, conscientious about triples, doubtful, forgotten what has just done, weakness of memory, impulsive, desire to do something, then impulsive morbid, want to hit or kill somebody. These are few common rubrics which we can use in OCD. One more, fear to be left alone. He should injure himself. The patient has this OCD and he always requests the family, please do not leave me alone. Otherwise, I can harm myself. And for that, we have the remedies, sepia and nitram sulfur. Then we have the rubric kill desire to. Like, for example, barber wants to kill his customer. So, sub rubrics are there: to kill beloved ones, to kill himself, sudden impulse, to throw child into fire, mutilating his body, to do serious changes in his own body, or suicidal disposition. Can you please give me the example for this rubric, mutilating his body to do serious changes in his body? What can be the example? What can be the example to do serious harms to the body? See, this thing is in very is in fashion. Tattoo, yes, yes, Dr. Rana. Tattoo. Smita and Rana answered it. Plastic surgery, Botox, everything. But tattoo is the commonest example for this. Guilt, anxiety of conscience, suspiciousness, remorse, reproach himself, and very suspicious patient, doubtful, always confirming the things again and again. Are you sure? Hmm. Okay. Like this attitude, when patient carries this attitude, we have the third eye. A homeopath has this third eye to observe that yes, this is the patient. He is in OCD, and yes, I am here to treat him. Then common OCD, there are few more OCDs like eating disorder, bulimia, and anorexia nervosa. You see, unnecessary compelled eating is again a part of OCD. But sometimes nowadays, under fashion, what our young girls are doing, they first eat and then they induce the vomiting. So, compelled eating followed by induced vomiting or fasting because of delusion obesity is a type of OCD. When the patient keeps on asking you, Doctor, do you feel that I am looking obese? Ah, the complete obsession for reducing the weight all the time. And if the patient is talking all the time about his weight, it is again a part of OCD. Now, there is next OCD, that is fire wants to set everything on fire. You have to first tell me what is the name of this OCD. It's not trichotillomania. Trichotillomania is again OCD, Shruti. But what is the name of? Yes, it is pyromania. It is pyromania. Now tell me the remedy for fire wants to set everything on fire. Which remedies can we think for this rubric? It's not HIPAA. No. This is aconite is the correct answer, Mehta. And the other one is, you forgot that. The other one is aurum mure, aurum muriaticum. Now tell me the remedy for the further rubric. Desire to be near the fire. This is NASA. Correct answer. Now think and talks of fire. There is a mania with disposition to commit murder by incendiary setting on fire. It's a rubric of the remedy alcohol. Think and talks of fire. This rubric is listed under the remedy alcohol. Now, the next is imagination, frightful vision, and dreams of fire. Here we have Hiparsal as our remedy. Okay. Now, just sharing a small video with you. It is from a Bollywood movie. See how the patient has the pyromania and how this pyromania pleases him. I'm wondering why this star Rajkumar Rao didn't consult me. I could help him. Now moving next, there is one rubric, habit of cracking the knuckles of fingers, joints, feels compelled to make them crackle. And the remedy is it's not calcareacum. This remedy is it's not silicia, Vibha, not stramonium, my dear Smita. This remedy is mephitis. You know the remedy mephitis? This is mephitis. The other rubric we have, OCD, is nail biting. And for that we have aconite, arsenic, aurum triphylinum, cinna, lycopodium, medorinum, senecio aureus, stramonium, nitramute, sanicula, and hyoscyamus. So, and in fact, we have calcarea carb and ipecac also when the child loves to put his finger in the mouth. But now, please tell me, what is the reason behind nail biting? Because it is sometimes, see, it is a very different type of OCD. When a child or when an adult feel irritable or anxious, they immediately start biting the nails. So, what can be the reason behind this nail biting? Insecurity is the correct answer. But which type of insecurity, Anuradha? Lack of self-confidence. Okay. Lack of love. Good answer. Very good. Hmm. Anybody else, please? Love's need. Okay. Okay. Now let me tell you the reason behind nail biting, the exact reason. See, why there is nail biting, thumb sucking and bedwetting, etc. Or sometimes stammering speech in children. Because you see, I'm dealing in psychiatric behavioral disorder. This is my specialty area, ADHD, autism, DCD, and all other disorders like conductive disorder, ODD, everything. So when I study in the depth, I realized one thing that all these disorder like nail biting, thumb sucking, and bedwetting, etc. These are the manifestation of mother's mental irritation which she underwent during pregnancy. So this is the basic reason from the past of the patient, and the present lack of confidence condition is again responsible and contributory for this rubric. Now, mania to work always is also rubric, like industriousness. Sometimes I feel I am the patient of this rubric. We have few remedies under this: aurum, Baraitacar, Hyoscyamus, Ignatia, Crocus, Lachesis, Sepia, Tarantula. Now, please tell me why Baraitacar, Hyoscyamus, Crocus, and Tarantula have this mania of work always. What is the reason behind it? I just told you that just don't go with the rubrics or with the remedies. Think the reason behind why these remedies are listed under this rubric. Study in depth always. Energy excess, good answer. Baraitacarb is stupid. You mean to say, Shruti, that Baraitacarb is industrious because of his stupidity? See, my dear friends, let me tell you one thing. Repertory is the mechanical tool. It gives us set of similar remedies according to our selected rubrics. If our rubric selection is wrong, output will be wrong. How to prevent this mistake? Confirm the remedy from Materia Medica. Why Baratacarp, Hyacinthus, Crocus, and Tarantula work always? To utilize their energy, they get impulse from inside. There is hyper excitability of neurons in their brain. But remedies like Aurum, Sepia, Lachesis, and Ignitia work all the time out of their responsibility. Naxomica is also a workaholic remedy. It has a strong workaholism. But why? Naxomica has this strong workaholism due to his increased ambition. He wants to achieve more and more. Like we have the ad of Pepsi, Dil Mange More. It is totally suitable to Naxomica. And Brainia is workaholic out of insecurity of future, as they have fear of poverty. Arsenic works as he is too much fastidious and cannot trust others. That's why he has to do every work with his own hands. So now you got my point. Before giving any remedy to the patient, you need to understand why we are giving this remedy. Jealousy as foolish as it is irresistible. And for that, we have the remedy Lachesis. I think some question is there. Wonderful explanation. Thank you, dear. Tarantula have very high energy, Baritacarp because of sense of responsibility. Vibha, Baritacarp doesn't have that much of sense of responsibility because they are emotionally immature, you see. So, Baritacarp is just because of their hyper nerve excitability. Okay. How to differentiate Brainia to Lyco? Why do you want to differentiate it in the session of OCD? See, I will answer this question, but it is out of syllabus right now. So let me go with my flow just now. I will answer this question at the end of the session. Is it fine with you, dear Vibha? Okay, thank you, dear. Now, jealousy, as foolish as it is irresistible. And for that, we have the remedy, Lachesis. You see, there are few clubs in Materia Medica. Like that, we have a club of jealous people. And the president of this jealous people's club is Hyacinthus, and Lachesis and Apismale are the members of this club. Okay? So if you study in that way, you will never forget the remedies and rubrics. Now, Shruti, this is what you wrote me. This is trichotillomania. The impulse to play with one's hair and pull it. And the remedy for this is Lilium-tea. Then we have Calibrom also, a very good remedy. Hyacinthus is also under trichotillomania. There is kleptomania, a recurrent urge to steal, typically without regard for need or profit. For example, we have the remedy Pulsatilla and Artemisia. You can consider the rubrics mind kleptomania. Kleptomania steals money without any necessity, and kleptomania steals money. So we have few remedies here like Artemisia vera, which is a wonderful remedy for the convulsion in the patient of autism. The other remedy here is curare, tarantula, and pulsatilla. Then we have one rubric tormenting everyone with his complaint. Like you say, sometimes we have a daughter-in-law as a patient and she complains you, doctor, you do not know my mother-in-law. She keeps on sitting in the living room and she keeps on tormenting everyone with her knee joint pain by telling everyone, I'm getting this knee joint pain. She tells it to the maid, she tells it to the guest, whoever coming to the home, she tells it even to the sweeper who yesterday came to clean the toilet. You see, this my mother-in-law has the habit to tell everybody about her complaint. And it is really sometimes I'm fed up with her behavior. So at that time, you have this rubric for her mother-in-law in your mind is that tormenting everyone with his complaint. And the remedy is It's not chamomilla, Dr. Asha. Anybody else, please? No, Abhijit, not Soranam. This remedy is zinc mate. Zinc mate. Now let us talk about hypochondriacal. What is hypochondriacal? Do you have any idea? As you can read in this slide, the doctor is telling the patient, if you don't like my diagnosis, you could seek a second opinion. And the patient is answering, I have already done that. You are about the 10th. So what is hypochondriasis? Burnout, fear of disease, small disease, thinks big one, correct? Correct? Can you simplify it, Shruti? Direct heart attack? No. Worry about having serious illness? Very good, Rujuta. Exaggeration? Yes. Okay. See, hypochondriasis is preoccupied by little things. They will feel a little lump. I'm giving you the example. Suppose they will feel a little lump here in their breast and they will be preoccupied by it. They may think that they may have cancer. They will come to you and you really can't barely feel it. When you palpate it and you say the patient that, see, I'm sorry, but I cannot palpate it. There is no lump. But in spite of that reassurance, they still think that they have cancer. They keep on playing doctor, as do not get satisfaction from any one doctor. You see, according to Greek mythology or Greek medicine, certain organs were the seats of certain emotions. For them, below the ribs was the seat of emotion, anxiety, and despair. And hence, hypochondriasis means anxiety about one's condition with a feeling of despair. Clear? Got the point? They are the people who are preoccupied with some disorder which they are not suffering truly. Sixth doctor, change the doctor again and again. Yes. Because why they keep on changing the doctor? Because they are not happy or satisfied with one doctor. Because they want to listen from the doctor which they want to listen. For hypochondriasis, we have these general rubrics. Hypochondriasis from mind section, which listed 137 remedies. See, even in the past era, when our stalwarts wrote these repertories, still then they observed this hypochondriacal behavior in the patient. Isn't it amazing? Hypochondriasis with fear of death, we have one remedy, nitric acid. Hypochondriasis from insults, we have the remedy, staphysagria. Then we have hypochondriasis sexual or from excess of sex, hypochondriasis driving to suicide, hypochondriasis with weeping, and there is one rubric, hypochondriasis from suppression of menses. You know, in homeopathy, we always ask the patient what is suppressed in the past or in present, because what is suppressed in the patient is the keynote for your remedy. If there is suppression of menses, which is making the patient hypochondriac, like patient is coming to you and telling you, doctor, I didn't get my menses since 4 months and I'm sure that I'm suffering from PCOD. And you know, in future, I may land in infertility and I won't deliver a child. Please do something. Please do something for me. I want to be mother. See, for her marriage, there is a time, maybe 5 years, 6 years. Right now, her present complaint is just suppression of menses. But she reached to the infertility from this feeling of suppression of menses. She has preoccupied the infertility in her brain. So we can consider this rubric here, hypochondriasis during menses. or suppression of menses. And we have the remedy conium here. But if there is hypochondriasis during menses, then which remedy will you consider here? There is very beautiful remedy. Any guessing? This remedy is curare. When there is hypochondriasis during menses, the remedy is curare. Curare is considered as one of the recommended homeopathic medicine for muscular motor paralysis and muscular weakness. We usually use this remedy in cases of paralysis. Glycosuria with motor paralysis is the keynote of curare. Glycosuria means patient passing sugar in urine. Curare decreases the output of adrenaline, and in that way, it can help you in regulation of blood pressure. There is indecision, no longer wishes to think or act for herself, is the typical mental characteristic of curare. So, why I explained this remedy? Because it is again a remedy which is helpful in various psychiatric disorder. So, you must have the knowledge of various remedies which we can use whenever we need. See, no remedy is binded until only one or two disorder. Every remedy can act on every disorder, but until and unless it is recommended with the totality of the patient. Okay, so this is all about our today's session. I tried to explain whatever I could explain in simple language regarding OCD and hypochondriasis. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me.